This is Kerbal Space Program version 1.12 on final approach. Alright, give me a moment. I am updating social medias here. And there we go. Perfect. And if I sound slightly out of breath, it's because I've been running around the house. At the moment, I'm the only one home and I'm keeping an ear out for my kiddos. I very likely will have an excuse to use my Be Right Back baby screen. This one here. I don't have a Kerbal one yet. This is still the Minecraft one. Let's go back to Kerbal. There we go. Because everyone else is off doing a craft event, and they're not home yet, so running a little bit late. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look. There are no changes to my mod list. We'll just go over that real quick here. The Delta V maps and crowdsourced science from community, environmental visual enhancements. I still have Ferram installed. I like its overlay a whole lot better than the stock one. Hangar Extender, Kerbal Engineer. Oh yeah, I did actually add one. I did add MechJeb. I probably won't be using it. But it is very handy for planning maneuvers and such. So in the future, I'll probably be using it at least to demonstrate some things. But I'm not going to use it, at least at this point, as an autopilot. I still feel like I'm early enough game that an autopilot is cheaty. Even though MechJeb is a whole lot closer to the way real spacecraft are flown. Hey Raider, welcome to the chat. Thank you for showing up. I don't know if you caught it. I am currently the only one at home watching the twins right now, so I very likely will have to use the Be Right Back baby screen. My wife and her kids are supposed to be home any minute, but we'll see what happens there. But yeah, so that's it there. Let's go ahead and remove that overlay. There we go. And so last week I sent Valentina, and I think it was Bill was in the ship too, on an attempt to rescue Jebediah Kerman, and they were not able to do so. So we did an unplanned flyby of Duna, and they are on their way back, but it's going to be quite a while before I can see if they're going to make it. And I'm out of pilots, and I don't feel like hiring one yet, so I'm going to jump right in here. Resume saved. There we go. I have designed a new rocket with the new engines that were unlocked last time, and I've got them ready to launch a comms network in a geostationary orbit. So first thing, let's go ahead and look at the KSpedia here. And let's see. Hey, Ostiost. Did I pronounce that anywhere close to right? Hey, and the IXO is following. Welcome. I know you're a space fan too. Welcome to the stream and thank you for the follow. How's it going? Let's see. Let's look at celestial bodies here. We want Kerbin. It is going great. Let's see. I think this is not the community. Let's see. Planet Wiki. Let's look at Kerbin. Here's what we want. Okay, here's the orbital period. Down to the 10th of a second. So that's Kerbin orbiting the sun, though. Ostios says, no, but you pronounced it in the way that's correct for non-Norwegians. Okay, so us plebeians. I am doing great. I'm going to need to probably take a real quick moment to check on the twins in just a moment here. It won't take long. Okay, here's what I'm looking for, is Sidereal Day Length. So that is how long it takes for the same point on the surface of Kerbin to be facing directly towards the sun, and then do a full revolution, and then come back to be facing the sun. So, yeah, 5 hours, 59 minutes, and 9.4 seconds. So if I'm going to send something into a geostationary or cheostationary orbit, then I'm going to want an orbit that is precisely that orbital period. So, let's see. What else have we got? Does it have the altitude represented? It does not. Wait. Synchronous Orbit. I'm not sure what that's an abbreviation for, but I think this is it. So I need to have my apoapsis and periapsis both at 3,468.69 kilometers, so 3.5 megameters basically. So if I have that, then this will be my orbital period, and my satellite will stay stationary over the same point on Kerbin. So I think I might have just heard everyone come home. Give me just a moment. I won't be longer than a minute. I'm going to put it on my Be Right Back screen and check to make sure that the twins are just unhappy and not, really panicking. Be right back. Fantastic. Yes, they're home, and the twins are happy. They're getting their attention, and everything is great. Yeah, so I need to make a Kerbal one. This is my Minecraft one. But, yeah, if they've got little Kerbal heads and space helmets, that would be excellent. All right, so I think this is correct. I'm going to double check the wiki online here as well, because I want to do this. I want to do this right. So Kerbin on the Kerbal Space Program wiki. And what I want, yeah, so actually Synchronous Orbit, this is telling me 2.8 kilometers, so this must be something else. That might be from the center of the planet. So, but altitude above sea level, I'm going to want it to be at 2.8 megameters. So that's what I'm going for. Let's take a look at my new rocket. Entering the VAB here. And let's see. Yep, once again with my very creative naming. ComSat 1. This is the one. Okay, so I have another one called that. So I'm probably going to rename them in space. Oh, thank you, Raider. There we go. All right. Yep, I changed the scene on my in Kerbal, but not in OBS. Perfect, thank you. So ComSat 1, my creative naming, right? And here it is in all of its glory. And I've got the new Mainsail liquid fuel engine. Let's take a look at that. That's one that I unlocked at the end of last stream. That's fuel tanks. Here's engines. So if we look here, it's got 1,500 kilonewtons of force. It is incredibly overpowered for this rocket. I'm still going to use it, but as a result, my stages aren't particularly well balanced, and I'm going to get off the pad real quick. And but it is very stable. So I did one test flight and reverted. So I know that it's stable, and I know that the deployment mechanisms are going to work properly. Now, whether the satellites themselves are any good, that will remain to be seen. But yeah, on the second stage, I've got the Cheetah liquid fuel engine. That's this one here. And it's got, what has it got? 125 kilonewtons and a very high specific impulse. So it's an efficient engine. And if we look here in the fairing, got the silver fairing again, of course, there are my satellites, and there are 4 of them in a stack. So what I'm going to want to do is take the that orbital period and divide it by 4 and multiply it by 3, and then I'll have my transfer orbit. And if I do that properly, then every time I get to apoapsis, I will be 90 degrees out of phase from the last apoapsis, which means if I deploy one satellite at every apoapsis, I should, in theory, have complete coverage over the equator. I've done this before, but it has been at least a couple of years, so we'll see what happens there. And yeah, these are using the Spark liquid fuel engine. I don't think my delta V calculations here are accounting for what is in the satellites themselves, but this is just a tiny little engine. It's got a lower ISP than the Cheetah, but 320 is pretty good, and only 20 kilonewtons of thrust, but it's also very lightweight. So it will be more than enough. I think each of these has about 1800 meters per second delta V. So they'll be able to circularize their own orbits without much trouble. At least that is the plan. So, and of course I've got the flags all over. Definitely have to have the Terran Empire flags. Alright, let's go ahead and give this a launch, and this will give us something to do while we wait for Valentina and Bill to come towards their maneuver. Probably won't be in this stream that we work on their rescue, but that will hopefully be next stream. And when they do come back, they'll have plenty of comms. Oh yes, and I've got the lights, I've got the spotlights shining for the nighttime launch. So this should make for a nice epic screenshot. Let's put it here. And of course, gotta take the screenshot. Let's actually zoom like this. There we go. And there's the screenshot there. Alright, let's bring back up the UI. And this is an autonomous ship, so I don't have a pilot, so all I can do is stability assist. I can't point prograde automatically. And I definitely want to be aggressive in my gravity turn, but then not too aggressive in my angle of attack afterwards. So let's go ahead and we got throttle up, SAS on, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and launch. Alright, I'm going to start my gravity turn right now. Let's bring up Ferram for our aerodynamics data. And yeah, this is, as I said, an incredibly overpowered engine for this size of a rocket. We're already pulling 3.5 Gs. We're going to be holding more. And but we're supersonic already. But we don't have any Kerbals to make uncomfortable here. Yep, and we're going. We are definitely off. And there's maximum aerodynamic pressure right there. And yeah, our apoapsis is going up rapidly, but that's okay because we want a high apoapsis, so that is not a big problem. And look at that plume. I love this waterfall mod. I'm going to take a sip of my drink here. There we go. Yeah, we're going fast. Look at that. Hitting the atmosphere hard on the way up with the re-entry effects going up. Alright, but yep, our apoapsis is going high. Foregathers is now following. Hello, Foregathers, and welcome to the stream. There we go. We have main engine cutoff and stage separation and second engine start. And there's that Cheetah engine. There goes our first stage tumbling back. And there's a good shot right there. Let's another screenshot. And we are already in space. I'm going to let my apoapsis hit 1 megameter and then cut the engine. We're almost there. And there it is. Oh wow, look at that. I did a pretty good job at that. Okay, and that is about 20 minutes off. So let me pull up on my phone again the wiki. So we want a synchronous orbit. So what we want is for our apoapsis to be 2,863.33 kilometers. So let's actually go ahead and start the engine again and increase our apoapsis all the way, and then we can circularize up there. We're not going to fully circularize yet because we want an elliptical orbit that will be optimal for deployment. Well, let's actually deploy the fairing here. There it goes. And those are our comsats right there, 4 of them. Okay, we have 2 kilometers. We want 2.863. So 2.3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and gently now. There it is, 2.863. We still need the 0.33, but that is fine. We will get a little bit more apoapsis when we get up there. So that is an hour out. Let's go ahead and time warp. Actually, while we wait for that, I need to do the calculations here. So, sidereal rotation period. This is telling me 5 hours, 59 minutes. Yeah, I think the Wiki in-game was telling me wrong. And Osteos is saying, how's the Minecrafting going, Dan? Got any videos in progress? I do. I don't have a good excuse for not having released one in a while. I've had one in progress for about 2 months now, but I made some really good editing progress last night. Made a little short film and replay mod of our first impressions of Minecraft 1.17, which, you know, was just released yesterday, right? Not 2 months ago. So there we go. There we have it. But it is in progress. So let's see. If I want Synchronous Orbit. So there's my altitude. We've got it there pretty much. And I think... yeah, I think we might have gotten the sidereal orbit period of Kerbin around the sun, not of a craft around Kerbin itself. So yeah, I'm going to want basically a 6-hour orbit. So if I do on the calculator, 6 divided by 4 is 1.5 hours. So times 3, that's 4.5 hours. So if I have an orbit of 4.5 hours, let's see. Yeah, Replay Mod Raider's excited. He's a moderator in the Replay Mod Discord. And Ostiost says, well, we're in the same boat then? Yeah, we are. I'm looking forward to your next one, and if you stream. And Raider says, if you don't send your video on the Show Your Creations channel on the Replay Mod Discord, I'll do it for you. Alright, fair enough. Yeah. Yep, I will be doing that, and I do stream Minecraft on Wednesday nights. So here we've got 2 hours and 23 minutes orbital period. So what I need to do is get up to the apoapsis and then increase my orbital period until it is 4.5 hours. And then I will be in good shape to start deploying satellites once per apoapsis. So let's go ahead and time warp to apoapsis. And enjoy the space music. I'm also working on some musical arrangements. I've got, I usually have my trombone quartet meet on Saturday mornings, but today we're meeting in the evening after this. And I've got some plans to do some Minecraft and Kerbal Space Program music. So that will be fun, and hopefully I'll have something to post on my music channel, which I haven't debuted yet, very soon, at least in the not too distant future. Alright, let's get a little bit closer. We're 3 minutes out, 2 minutes out, and yeah, we'll get a little bit more apoapsis from this burn as well. So 1 minute out and 30 seconds. Okay, this is pretty good. So let's point right towards the horizon, and we want 4.5 hours of orbital period. Let's go full throttle. Yeah, and we're pushing our apoapsis out. Let's go ahead and get closer to it. There we go. Osteos says, I'll be lurking for a while. Thank you, Osteost. Enjoy your lurk. Alright, we're at 3 hours. Okay, we're just past the apoapsis. That's fine. 3.5 hours. 4 hours. Okay, let's reduce thrust for precision. Good thing we can infinitely throttle these down. Okay, 427, 28, 29, and 30. Okay, plus 3.446 seconds, so that's unacceptable. And we're slightly above the apoapsis goal, but we are close enough. All right, so now what I can do, it's staged so that this stage is the farthest one out, and then the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And we're going to have a little bit of Kessler syndrome here. I'm going to be adding some debris to space. So let's go ahead and stage. First, I'm going to... Okay, that's the fairing stage, which I did manually. And there we go. Satellite 1 is away. And if I switch to it, I can... Let's see. We want this to be a 6 hours. So let's go ahead and launch, or start the engine. And here we go. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 1 day and 20 minutes. Yeah, that is quick. This is a lightweight satellite. All right, let's reduce that a little bit. And there we go. We have a synchronous orbit. So in theory, this should stay over this point on Kerbin forever. Well, it'll drift a little, but pretty much. So we're going to point downwards, and we are going to, I forgot to make an action group for these, extend the antennas. There we go. Let's take a look at that orbit. Yeah, there we go. We have a nice circular orbit, very low eccentricity, and we might go tweak it later. Especially as it drifts. So, yep, there's our circular orbit, and here is our launch vehicle in its transfer orbit. So, as the launch vehicle comes around, by the time it gets back to apoapsis, this vehicle, since we're going faster, we have a slower orbital period, or a faster orbit, so a lower orbital period. This satellite will have fallen back by 90 degrees, and it'll do that each time we come back around. So let's get back into vessel view, and am I close enough? No nearby objects. Okay, yeah, we're a little bit far. All right, let's switch to. So far, so good. That is looking good, and there's our space debris right there. Let's go ahead and come back to the next apoapsis. Let's warp here. And our electric charge is doing fine. We've got plenty of solar panels. And we have good communication. All right, so let's take a look. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we're coming back to apoapsis, and there's our comsat there. And I forgot to rename it, but that's fine. Okay, so as we come to apoapsis again, let's do our second satellite deployment. And I'm going to do it right at apoapsis. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stage. There's satellite number 2, and let's rename it this time. Let's see. Let's do Kerbal 2, and the other one will be 1, and it is a relay. There we go. And let's go ahead and start the engine, and let's throttle up a little bit because we saw how powerful this engine is for these. And we're almost there. There it is. Okay. 1 day and 1 second. So close enough. Let's point towards the planet here. And in theory, with my persistent rotation mod installed, these should always point towards Kerbin. That's one of the main reasons I wanted that mod. Okay, so extend antenna, extend, and extend. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Let's go back to the map. Let's actually go to this one and rename it before I forget again. Take another sip of my drink. And yeah, look at that. We are still pointed straight towards Kerbin. All right, and rename vessel Kerbal 1. And it is a relay. There we go. Yep, now we've got 2 relay icons, 90 degrees just about apart from each other around Kerbin. So let's zoom in here. I'm gonna have to switch so that I can zoom in. I could have changed focus, but that's fine. There we go. Switch to. And there it is. Okay. And more space junk. All right, let's go ahead and go back to the map and warp once again to Apoapsis. This is actually going much better than anticipated. And a lot quicker than I anticipated as well. Who knows, maybe we will have time for either another mission or to check in on Valentina after all. Alright, we're 1 minute out from Apoapsis. Let's go ahead and time warp there just a little bit. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and deploy. Okay, let's rename you TurboCom3. And it is a relay. All right, and let's start the engine and throttle it up. All right, there we go. Very close to a perfect geostationary orbit. And let's same routine. Let's point straight towards the planet. This is almost making me look like I know what I'm doing. Extend antenna. Extend antenna. There are no science experiments on this. These are purely comsats. And I'm not earning any money off of this, but this is infrastructure that will assist in future missions because this will drastically extend the communications reach around Kerbin. And here we go. We have 1, 2, 3. Almost perfect. Very close. And one more to deploy. Let's see. Yeah, we're too far, so let's go. Switch to. Take another sip of my drink here. There's more space junk. That's actually a really cool shot there. I'm not going to take a screenshot this time. And there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and time warp again to Apoapsis. As everything zips around. And if I show the whole network, look at that. There we go. That's beautiful. All right, so let's... Yeah, we're just going to show ComNet path. All right. All right, now let's go ahead and we are 1 minute away from Apoapsis again. So we're only half an hour into the stream, and even with all the intro and stuff, already have a fantastically successful mission going. So what horrifying things are going to happen next? 3, 2, 1, deploy. Okay. And rename you TurboCom4. Maybe I can be trusted with robots, but not with Kerbals. Maybe that's the takeaway lesson here. All right, let's point you directly towards Kerbin and deploy your solar panels. They're not deploy or undeploy. They're fixed. Extend antenna. Extend. Extend and extend. Excellent. All right. And let's see, this is actually a really good screenshot here. Yeah, just like that. Let's do that. In fact, let's There we go. I like that quite a bit. Oh, except I think I forgot to do something. I forgot to circularize the orbit. That's a rather important step. There we go. That was a near derp. I'm not counting that as real derp because I caught it in time. All right. So start the engine and throttle up. That was a close call. There we go. 1 day and just under 1 second. So let's now go back to our launch vehicle here. And we have lots of, we have a couple of options here. We have lots of delta V to work with. I could send this somewhere else, but I think what I'm going to do is I've got another probe core on here, so this is still controllable. I'm going to deorbit it. So we've done enough for Kessler syndrome, and it moves a lot more slowly without the satellites there and their reaction wheels. But this stage is coming back to crash down or splash down, or more likely just burn up in Kerbin's atmosphere. So let's just point retrograde and full throttle. And there we go. We have an impact. We have an impact in our flight plan. Okay, so here's what we can do for a deorbit. So I'm completely killing our horizontal velocity. Let's do it relative to surface. So I still have surface velocity. Oh, that's prograde. So let's just... whoa! I just zoomed by some of the space junk. But let's go pretty much straight downwards. So here we go. Yeah, we can use our engine gimbling to maneuver. And so this is going to keep us stationary over 1 point of Kerbin, which is appropriate for this mission. And then we're going to point straight at that point and see how fast we can impact or burn up. And there is our lateral velocity relative to the surface, pretty much killed. So now, if I look at this, yeah, we've got... Actually, no. I'm really dumb. You know what I just did? I just made a stationary orbit. Alright, that's what happens when I get really excited about a successful mission. Fortunately, this has no serious consequences. Let's deorbit for real. But yeah, that's just basic orbital mechanics, Dan. If you're stationary to the surface, you're in geostationary orbit. I mean, that's the whole point. All right. Proper impact. Let's not mess with it anymore. Let's just follow it down. Okay, that's a proper derp. We're going to call that the first actual derp. Oh man, what a sight. Let's get rid of the overlay here and just watch this happen. That is certainly a view. Let's see if I can... Don't think I have any electric charge. Yeah, I have no solar panels now, actually. So yeah, no more electric charge, and that is just fine. We don't need it. There we go. Are we in the atmosphere? Not quite. Now we are. All right, let's reset the zoom. There we go. And let's just watch this go. Yeah, we have no stability assist and no control because we have no electric charge, and that suits me just fine. What is that? That is quite the visual glitch. There we go. It went away. Probably one of the visual mods or even the core game itself clashing with OpenGL. There we go. There goes the engine. There goes a fuel tank. And I think that's all that we're going to lose on re-entry. We're going to have a splashdown. Probably a splashdown. I don't think we're going to make it to land. Probably not going to pull a China and land a rocket stage in someone's backyard. Okay. Let's just follow it down. And yeah, it's telling me that I cannot do a suicide burn, which we very well know at this point. Basically, I'm sending a nearly empty can, just... Actually, yeah, no, a nearly empty can. This still has a little bit of fuel in it. And there it goes. Splash. Okay, well... Let's go to the Space Center. And that was a successful mission, and we're only a third of the way into the stream, so we have plenty of time for an unsuccessful mission. Hopefully not, but... Okay. Close that. Let's look at the tracking station. There is our beautiful communications network. And there is Minmus. Let's see, can I put... Okay, this has the whole network. So it looks like this doesn't necessarily reach to Minmus. What have I got here? Oh, what's orbiting Minmus? Okay, Minmus Sat 1B and 1. Okay. Alright, good. I'm glad I gave these different names because ComSat 1 is that one in the low orbit of Kerbal. So let's go here. And let's see. Yeah, whole network. Alright, it looks like the ground stations are still more powerful. So I haven't extended it that much, but I do have full coverage, which is nice. Interesting. Okay. And yeah, successful mission. Let's take a look at our contracts then. Because it is still quite some time before Valentina is due to come home, and I could just time warp, but I don't particularly want to. Mission control. So our active one is to explore Minmus. Orbital spacewalk complete, but return to Kerbal. That's the problem. We sent Jebediah on that mission, and he is stuck. So what have we got? We can build an orbital station around Minmus. We can plant another flag. Ooh, we can rescue Lenzi from orbit of Kerbal. Let's see. Tourists. Satellite around the moon. Science data from the surface of Duna. I could send a robotic lander. In fact, I bet if I add a little bit more Delta V to that same mission I just did, I could do the same mission around Duna. Test a decoupler orbiting the moon. That's just silliness. Satellite in a specific orbit of Eve. Ooh. That would be rough. Okay. Science data from the surface of Duna. I don't think we're properly aligned anymore, so let's do this rescue mission. Let's rescue Lenzi from orbit of Kerbal. So while working late nights, the scientists at Goliath National Products have made a startling discovery. We've lost a Kerbal. Could you find Lenzi for us? Their snack supplies may be starting to run a little low. This is why we're here. Stranded in low Kerbal orbit and return him safely to Kerbal. And it's got, you know, a decent payout, and the bigger deal is that it means that we can get a new Kerbal into our crew without having to hire one. So basically, instead of paying for a new Kerbal, we get paid to have a new Kerbal. So we're going to abuse this like mad. If I accept and succeed at this mission, I think I'll get more of those. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can see that orbit. Lindsay's craft, yeah. And it is at an altitude of 83 kilometers. Yeah, that is super easy. Yep, almost a circular orbit there. So also, let's see. Yeah, orbiting the sun. Moonshot 2.2 and Rescue 1. So Rescue 1, that is Valentina. And yeah, we still have almost 2 years before our maneuver node. And that maneuver node gets us an encounter with Kerbin. So we still have some time to kill. Setson, welcome to the chat. I'm not late. I was in a space cryogenic nap. I just saw the alert on my notifications. How are we doing? Well, Setson, you just missed my first mission that went off without a hitch. I set up a, let's go back to Kerbin. Oh. Yep, I set up a communications network in geostationary orbit around Kerbin. So here they are. This was all in one launch. I set it up in an elliptical orbit so that each time I got to the highest point, I could deploy another satellite, and they would be evenly distributed. And all I had to do was circularize their orbits individually, and I've got 4 satellites in geostationary orbit. So a nice early game comms network. Mission without a hit on one launch. I must be sleeping still, yes. Well, I tried as a bonus to do something fancy to deorbit my launcher, and that one was a derp, but it was post-mission, so it doesn't count as a hitch in this mission. So we still have a lot of time before Valentina is in range of her orbital, or her maneuver node to get back to Kerbin. So we're going to rescue someone else's Kerbal from around orbit of Kerbin. So Lindsay Kerbin is stuck around Kerbal, and we're going to rescue him. So I can use probably an existing craft for that, one that I've already designed. Let's take a look at what we have. Okay. And open. So we've got Rescue 1 is probably overpowered for this, and it costs as much as we're going to be making from the contract. But again, the main perk of that contract is getting the Kerbal back. Instead, should I do something else from my history of craft? No, I should not. Let's see, Orbital 1.4 though, actually. That one's very cheap. What does it look like? Okay. Setson says, Roger that, base Dan. I'm in position waiting for confirmation. Awesome. Okay, yeah, this has plenty of delta V. All I need to do is add a, I don't need this parachute if I take these off. So let's, there's the heat shield. Let's remove these science experiments. And remove this parachute and add a probe core instead. And that makes it even cheaper and just a little bit more delta V. Let's double check our staging. Okay, yeah, so these all ignite at once, and then the boosters separate, and then the core stage, and then we light the second stage, and then we jettison that, and then we've got parachutes. All right, perfect. Let's make sure we don't have a hitchhiker. We do. Bill. Oh, it's Bob that's stranded, not Bill. Bill, I know you're eager. You have not flown yet, but it's not your turn. We've got someone to rescue. Okay, let's go ahead and launch this. And I don't need to worry about a perfect launch window because I've got the Delta V to play with to make our rendezvous, which I say every mission, and so far only one has gone particularly well. And are we still night? Nope, we're at day launch now. Good, because I don't have the floodlights. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's make sure that this isn't a retrograde orbit first. It's going east. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we're not in the best spot because we're going to have to catch up, and he's in such a low orbit we don't really have any room to play with to have a lower orbit. So we're probably going to have to go into a higher orbit and let him catch us. But let's go back and let's do our launch. We're at full throttle. SAS is on. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch. There we go. Let's get our aerodynamic data up and start our pitch over. There we go. Oh, the launch is. The mission, not yet. Everything is nominal. We are transonic. We're at high dynamic pressure. And there we have max Q, maximum aerodynamic pressure. So now even though we're going faster, atmosphere is thinning out as we climb, so the loads on the ship are less and less. Okay, and our apoapsis is climbing rapidly. As soon as these burn out, I'm going to kill the core engine. There we go, and booster separation. There they go. There's our Korolev cross. And I can go ahead and point. Actually, it's going to be tough to point toward the horizon because we are very stable right now and still in the atmosphere even though it's thinning out. But yeah, let's go ahead and ships. We want Lindsay's craft to be our target. And we have 2.5 minutes until apoapsis. So if I add a maneuver here, let's just get a rough idea where we're going to encounter. Yeah, it's going to be not going to be great. Okay, so I'm going to need a high orbit, higher than his craft at least. And then to let's see, how much delta V do we have left? We have 3 kilometers per second. That is plenty to work with. Let's go ahead and point towards the horizon and then warp to apoapsis. There we go, we're about 25 seconds out. Let's go ahead and get orbit because we're still suborbital from here. And we don't want to fall back. Yeah, this is looking good so far, and we have main engine cutoff, stage separation, and second engine start. Alright, and yeah, this is the old, which engine is this? The Terrier. So yeah, we've got only 60 kilonewtons of thrust, but it is relatively efficient. Specific impulse of 345, so that's in the high end. So I think our best one right now is 355, so that's pretty good. Just enjoy the view looking downwards and the space music. Alright, we're almost to orbit. Take another sip of my drink here. Technically, I'm drinking diluted rocket fuel since Ethanol can be used as a rocket fuel and historically has. All right, and there's an orbit. Okay, so if we want to intercept Lindsay's craft, first let's go ahead and correct our inclination. We're only slightly out of phase, or out of plane, so ascending node is coming next. Let's go ahead and make a maneuver there. Focus on the maneuver. And so since that's an ascending node, I need to go anti-normal, I believe. Let's pin that. There we go. Yeah, anti-normal. And it's just a minor correction. There we go. Whoop. Yeah, that is touchy there. Okay, that's good enough. 26 meters per second, and that is in 13 minutes. So let's go ahead and get to that maneuver. There he goes. There goes Lindsay. I hope he's a pilot. I need more pilots. Or a scientist, because I stranded my other... I exiled my scientist, too. And at full throttle, that is a 1 second burn. I'm not going to do this at full throttle. There's no precision there. And actually, I need to move this. Whoa. I forgot I'm focused on it, so it goes extra quick. There we go. All right, I think that does it. So let's go ahead and right there. Cool, perfect. That is a perfect maneuver. Now can I pull it off? Let's point anti-normal. And let's go ahead and start the maneuver. There we go. And now what is our descending node? It is 0. Okay, so our relative inclination, 0.02 degrees. So round up to 0.03. That is very close. Now we've got target position at intersect 1 and our separation. Okay. So if I add another maneuver node here, then I can see what just going on further orbits will do to this. Let's pin that. Okay, so in 8 orbits, I will be very close. And so now if I go back to this and push this towards prograde just a little bit, see how close we can make this maneuver, or this intercept. Very close, okay. That's under 10 kilometers. Yeah, radial out and a little bit prograde overall gets us very close. 3.3, 3.2, 2.3, 1.6. Okay, that's 500 meters of separation. So if I get to this maneuver node and then do the maneuver, I will be within 500 meters when I intercept Lindsay's craft. So let's go ahead. Let's see. Maneuver 1. Okay, let's apply the changes. Okay, that is Valentina's maneuver there. And this is in, looks like, 4 hours. Let's go ahead and warp to that. Okay. And it's going to take me right to it, which is not... Oh, no, I have 1 minute of margin. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, it gave me 1 minute of margin. So let's go ahead and point towards that maneuver node at full throttle. That's a 28-second burn, 500 meters per second. And let me guess, I don't have control. No! Let's get rid of that. There we go. I'm out of electric charge. Oh no. This doesn't have any solar panels. Wait, it does. No, it doesn't. That's a flag. Okay, yeah, this is the danger of using an old craft. First off, I did not extend my antenna, but it doesn't matter because this was before I unlocked solar panels that I designed this. But we know this craft is capable of this mission. But after deorbiting the upper stage of the last mission to mitigate Kessler syndrome, I just added to Kessler syndrome. So once we have the advanced grabbing unit, the Claw, we're going to probably do some cleanup of low Kerbal orbit. But let's not revert. That's cheaty. I only use that if there is an actual bug, if the Kraken attacks and it's not extra funny. Okay, so attempt 1 was a failure. Let's modify this. You cursed me, Setson. You said it's a success way too early, and I'm going to blame you. You're fired. Alright, let's add solar panels. I'm awake for sure, yes. Alright, let's add them. We only need 4. Let's add them there. Well, I tossed some of my Spaceos into the void, but that is okay. Alright. Attempt 2. Hot joke's on you. You can't fire me if I'm in space. Watch me. I can fire you out of Kerbal orbit on a rocket like I did to Jeb, Valentina, and Bob. In fact, I should install the Kerbal Renamer mod so that I can give them some new names, and then I can exile you. Setson Kerman. Alright, here we go. SAS is on, full throttle, and 5, 4... Wait, do I have any crew? Okay, good. No crew. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and launch. Setson says, you didn't fire them, you killed them. No, they're not dead yet. What is this? Oh, that's the waterfall effects. Okay. They're not dead. They're just stranded. They would be dead if I had a life support mod installed, which after I'm done with this playthrough, I will probably do one with life support, hard mode, now that I'm getting back in the swing of things. Alright, and vehicle is transonic. Let's pitch over a little bit more. Yet. Sus. Well, I have enough money that if this space program isn't sustainable, then I still have a lot of time before it collapses. Alright, and yeah, we're past maximum aerodynamic pressure. And we have a more efficient flight profile this time as well. And we're coming up on booster burnout. Booster burnout and booster separation. There's our Korolev cross, a little bit messy. And let's cut the engine at 100 kilometers. There it is. Yeah, we more efficient, but also a little bit aggressive in the lower atmosphere. So we had some heating on there, but not enough to be troublesome. All right, let's get closer to apoapsis. All right, we're in space, so I can do proper time warp now. There we go. Yeah, Jebediah heard you say I killed them, and he says, I'm not dead yet. Alright, full throttle and pointing towards the horizon. Let's get an orbit. We have main engine cutoff, stage separation, and second engine start. Looking pretty good. Everything is nominal. Let's remember to extend our antenna. Having that comms network up will help, so we won't have any real blackout areas in low Kerbal orbit. And we are almost to orbit. Okay, we have achieved orbit. Let's see where we are relative to, let's see, Lindsay's craft is our target. And yeah, let's see, there is, okay. We're going to be 600 kilometers away at that intercept. So there's us, there's our previous mission, and there is Lindsay's craft. So we need to let Lindsay catch up to us. Let's add a maneuver node, and let's put it a couple orbits out. Looks like 4 orbits is going to be nominal, or optimal is really a better word for this. All right, let's, our ascending node is again 0.7 degrees. Let's move this maneuver to the ascending node and take care of it all in one maneuver. Okay. So now, let's see, if I go anti-normal, let's pin the descending node as well. Excellent. And then we want to go, yes, retrograde. Ooh, I don't want to go retrograde. That's going to put us well in Kerbin's atmosphere. All right, let's try this again. Let's only go 3 orbits out. And let's go prograde instead. After I fix this, we need the anti-normal component. There we go. That'll put us in the same plane. And then prograde. No, not quite. Okay, maybe it is still retrograde. Okay, yeah, good. There we go. But a whole lot less retrograde. Okay, yeah, that is an easy maneuver there. That gets us within 200 meters. Okay, and that node is in 1 hour and 49 minutes. Let's go back to our craft. That's... yeah, that is the right one. Okay. And let's time warp. Here we go, we're 40 minutes away. 30, 20, and this is a tiny maneuver, 30 meters per second. 1 second burn at full thrust, which we are not going to do. Need more precision. Let's go about 1 minute out. There we go. All right, now I'm going to point towards the maneuver node, and as we can see, it is a little bit anti-normal and a little bit retrograde. And we are looking good. I have electric charge this time. And have a good signal. In fact, let's show the whole network here. All right. Okay, so we're 30 seconds out. when I'm about 10 seconds out, I'm going to start the burn at very low throttle. All right, here we go. Looking good. All right, that was a perfect maneuver right there. Yeah, no one will ever know that I messed this up. Okay, so yeah, and our intersect, our separation at intersect is going to be 200 meters, more or less. And we are still in a good orbit, a good stable orbit. We're not going to fall into the atmosphere. So let's go ahead and let's watch as we, let's see, there's Lindsay's craft, and there's us. So he's in a lower orbit, which means he's moving faster, and so he's going to catch up to us. Okay, and our relative velocity is coming down, our distance is coming down. We are in an even better relative inclination than last time. Yeah, that last mission was just kidding, guys. It didn't happen. Now there is a chance, because Kerbal Space Program is Kerbal Space Program, that he's in a craft that I can't get him out of. Hopefully not, because I really want to recruit this, hopefully pilot, into my space program. Alright, he is less than 10 kilometers away. Let's go into this view here. And our relative frame is to the target, so I can point directly towards him. Okay, he is, yeah, right there below us. Hard to see against the white clouds, but there he is, 8 kilometers away, Lindsay's craft. Let's get a little bit closer. Am I... Oh good, I'm not out of electric charge, okay. Alright, he's 4 kilometers away. We're going at a relative velocity of 66 meters per second. That's a little bit fast, so once we get closer, I'm going to maneuver to slow down. Unfortunately, since this is Kerbal Space Program, I don't have to worry about my exhaust impinging on his craft. That is something you have to worry about when docking to the International Space Station, for example. Alright, so for this rendezvous, here's our retrograde marker relative to him, so I want to push that closer. Ooh, let's slow down. Slow down. Let's just kill our velocity. There we go. Alright, 200 meters, like we expected. Alright, and so our prograde vector, we will be pulling it towards where we're pointing, so let's pull it this way. And we're going directly towards him at 2.4 meters per second. Actually, we're going a little bit away from him. Okay, so let's do this. There we go. That's better. And as we drift apart, our orbits drift apart as well, so I have to course correct here. And we can actually see his craft now, and not just on the HUD. Okay, so we are 50 meters away. Let's kill our relative velocity. Okay, 0.2 meters per second. That is pretty good. And it looks like I think I can get him out of that. That's one of those little onion pods that are based on the Soviet spacecraft. All right. All right, Lindsay. Can you go on EVA? You can. Oh, thank goodness. EVA. Oh, let's actually... First, let's relabel this as space junk. Debris. Lindsay's craft. Okay, there we go. Now EVA. And let go. Let's activate your jetpack. Here we go. And your lights as well. Is it... Y or... Okay, yeah, here we go. Alright, and nobody saw the other attempt. This is the first attempt. Nobody saw that. Oh, he's a scientist. Okay, he's not a pilot, but at least he is a scientist. That is... Bob is our scientist that is stranded with Valentina, waiting to come home. So, you know, it's not a pilot, but it's the other thing that I am lacking. Alright, come closer. And grab. There we go. Bob is a tool I'm making, says Raider. Yeah, Bob is a tool. So, I am still interested in getting to know Bob, your replay mod tool, and I still do have plans to make some replay mod tutorial videos. That has just taken a backseat to real life and keeping my main series going. So, but that is still in the plans in case you were worried about that. There we go. Let's climb. There we go. Nope. Get in range of the door. There you go. Perfect. Welcome, Lindsay. Welcome to our crew. Now, my job is to get you home safely, so let's get back into our orbital frame of reference here and burn retrograde. And bring you to the surface. Alright, that should be a pretty good re-entry profile there, and we still have 1500 meters per second delta V in this thing. So once we're in the atmosphere, I'm going to use that to continue to decelerate. It's going to take a lot of time before there's a usable Bob version. That is fine. I have time to wait. Alright. Let's turn off SAS for the moment. And let's get down to about 60 kilometers and then burn retrograde. Yeah, let's burn retrograde now. I don't want to be pointing forwards when we get into the soupy part of the atmosphere. SAS back on. Bowser, welcome. Stream. Yes, it's not Minecraft though. We're rescuing a Kerbal from space. The rescue has gone well. This is the last stage of the mission. We are on re-entry. I'm burning the last little bit of fuel to slow down. And let's actually go to... Yeah, clear the target. There we go. And how are you doing? How has your move gone? Are you unpacking yet, or are you sitting in a house with boxes? Let's see, everything is going normal. We might not even get re-entry effects because I can slow way down. Oh yeah, we're sped up here. Halfway unpacked, she says. Fantastic. And, oh, Jesse, welcome. Earth below us, drifting, falling, floating, weightless. This isn't Earth. This is Kerbin. Kerbin below us. Raider says, finally working back on Bob, though. Planning things out for a command line interface version. Fantastic. Just woke up, says K. Bowser. Hubby brought me pancakes in bed. That sounds amazing. Do you do them with maple syrup or berry syrup or jam or other? Okay, we've burned our fuel, so let's go ahead and ditch this stage. There it goes. And then we're pointing retrograde, so our heat shield is in front of us, though we don't particularly need it because we're coming down so gently. And our altitude is 22 kilometers. Strawberry jam and cream, 100% not a syrup person. I am also a jam, or at least berry syrup. I do like berry syrup quite a bit on pancakes and waffles. Maple syrup is good, but I much prefer berry syrup or jam. Okay, we can turn stability assist off. And we're at 10 kilometers altitude. What are my... Oh, okay, yeah. Contract parameter complete. We saved Lindsay. And Lindsay Kerman is now part of the space program crew. Okay, let's get down to around 3 kilometers and then deploy our parachutes. Let's go ahead and speed up the game just a little bit here. 5 kilometers, 4, and deploying chutes. We're at 2 kilometers. All right, and I think at 1 kilometer we'll get the full deployment. There we go. A spike in gravitational forces for Lindsay. And it's hilarious to me how they clip together like that. All right. Not normal. Those cords should be tangling all up. All right, let's speed this up now that we have full deployment. We're only going 3 meters per second, so this is a slow, gentle descent. Like I said, we didn't need that extra parachute, so we could add the probe core for an autonomous mission. What is that flying overhead? That's probably our failed mission that we don't talk about. I think that's the previous attempt at a robotic craft rescuing Lindsay. I mean, this is the first try, and it went perfectly. Setson was here, he saw. Alright, we're at 400 meters. $300 meters. 200 meters. 100 meters. Yeah, definitely not coming down in a hurry. Alright, now we're under 50 meters. Let's slow the game back down to real time so that the game has time to calculate the physics of this properly and not explode my craft. And splashdown. Excellent. Recover vessel and welcome Lindsay to our space program. All right, that calls for a drink. Perfect. All right. Oh, and we even got the recovery of a vessel returned from Kerbal orbit, but we've done that so much that we got negligible science from it. So Raider says down with 11 viewers. Yeah, so this is definitely the best turnout for a Kerbal stream I've done. I've had a slightly larger audience for a couple of Minecraft streams. I was not expecting this good a turnout for Kerbal, so thanks everyone for showing up. All right, so Lindsay, he's even level 1 because he's been to space. All right, so contract is complete. Well done, Lindsay Kerman has been recovered in one piece and is now enjoying a thorough debriefing from the comfort of his quarantine cell. I hope it's an Aerostream trailer like they did for the Apollo astronauts. Okay, so let's see what this does for our contract offerings. Rescue Theopont from orbit of Kerbal. Rescue Lisman from orbit of Kerbal. Yeah, so this is what I was hoping for and expecting. A lot more rescue contracts now that I've succeeded at one. What else do we have? We have plant a flag on Duna. Science data from space around Duna. That's a lot easier than the surface. And build a new orbital station on the solar orbit. Aliens! Humans are the aliens. I'm not saying it's aliens, but Kerbals. Let's see. So what is his orbit? Low Kerbal. Yeah, they're both in low Kerbal orbit. So I could do that again and hope that one of these is a pilot, because I really want a pilot. Or, you know, let's go ahead. We've done really well here. Let's see. Duration is 5 years. 5 years. Yeah, let's do it. Let's accept that contract and that contract. Jesse says the truth is out there. Yep. Fun fact, Old School X-Files is one of my wife's favorite shows ever. I had tried to get into it before, and I think I had just been watching the wrong episodes, and I couldn't quite get into it, but then we started watching it together, and I really started getting into it. So I think I just hadn't given it enough time, because it took a little while to heat up enough to be really good. Easily my favorite show, says Jesse. Yeah, I wouldn't put it in my favorite, but it is one that I very much enjoy. Yeah, still Star Trek and Firefly are higher up for me for space shows, or for science fiction shows. Let's modify this vessel a little bit so that we can capture 2 Kerbals at once. I don't yet have the 3-person pod, so actually crew capacity 3. If I go ahead and use these mini little Kerbals inside this one, couldn't fit more. Nice. I think I can do EVAs from this just fine, because the other one had the P reentry module. So okay, let's try it. All right, let's take. I don't ever use these, so let's see how well this translates. Let's get rid of these. Do the pomegranate reentry module. And our heat shield is on there. Or does this already have a heat shield? Resources. Where are resources in this view? Okay, a blader. 20 kilograms. Okay, so this does come with a built-in, I think. Let's see. I don't trust it. What are our aerodynamics looking like? Okay, aerodynamics are fantastic. Let's look at our heat. Okay, that's too small. So yeah, the heat shield I've got is perfect. Let's do that. Oh, that's too funny. We definitely need a parachute. Do these fit well? Yeah, okay, that fits right on top. And that should be fine, right? I think it should be. Alright, but this is going to have messed up our staging, so let's double check the staging. Check your staging. Alright, so these all go at once. And those, okay, that stage is actually fine. And then we jettison our boosters. And then core stage, second stage. Okay, we're actually good. What does that do, though? It doesn't particularly matter, because I can still deploy my parachute. Okay. This is going to be our dual rescue craft. Oh, this is a heavy pod. I've lost about 600 meters per second. Let's get more fuel. Let's take that off. And that fuel tank off. And put a bigger fuel tank on top. There we go. Now we got 5,200 again, and we still have good thrust to weight ratio all the way through. Staging is still good. Yep. And we need our solar panels back. Excellent. Okay, so we have almost 5,200 meters per second delta V. So let's go ahead and launch this guy. And let's do a double rescue mission. And I'll take a sip of my drink here, staying hydrated this time. Oh, okay, so we've got... Okay, Bill. All right, Bill, it's your turn. Let's let's do it this way. Let's recover the vessel. And let's make sure to double check that we don't have hitchhikers, because we definitely had Lenzy eager to go back to space for some reason. You are still supposed to be in quarantine, just in case you have space germs. Alright, we have full recovery because we didn't spend anything resource-wise. Alright, crew, get out of here, Lenzy. Get out. Out. Now we can launch. That does not count as a dirt because I caught it in time. Okay, let's launch this double rescue mission. There we go. There's our craft. Oh, we don't have SAS. Okay, no stability assist. All right, I think I can still do this. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch. I'm just gonna have to watch very carefully where I'm pointed. Gravity turn is going well. Let's get our aerodynamics data up. As I speed up, I'll have more aerodynamic stability. That will help a lot. Okay. Alright, but yeah, this is going to require some concentration. Vehicle is transonic. And Bowser says, crash, bang, boom. Hopefully not. I've had some. We had a deliberate one as I deorbited an upper stage on the first mission, setting up the ComSat network. But hopefully that's the only one. Okay, let's pitch up a little bit. This is an aggressive pitch over. More so than I would like. Things are getting toasty. Alright, we have Srb Burnout and Separation. There's our Korolev Cross, a really messy one. Yeah, well, okay, yeah, as the atmosphere is thinning out, I don't have as much assistance from it. There we go, stabilized. And we have main engine cutoff, booster separation, and second engine start. Yeah, no pilots, no SAS. That's why I was hoping I would rescue a pilot, because both of my pilots are stuck in deep space. All right, let's cut the engine there. We have a very high apoapsis. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit rough, but I think I can do it. Okay, so there's Theopont's Derelict and Lisman's Shipwreck. Who's going to say it? Setson, is this going to be you? Let's see. Let's intercept Theopont first. There we go. And we're 2 minutes out from apoapsis. Okay, so without the persistent rotation mod, doing time warp would immediately stop my rotation, which would make this too easy. And I should not be able to abuse that, which is one of the reasons that I installed that mod. Alright, 30 seconds out. We need our engine gimbaling to control the craft. Setson worries. Also, hi everyone. You're not going to say it? We have Lisman's Shipwreck that we're going to intercept with. Full throttle. We need to hit orbit, and I need to be constantly controlling it. Novathorn, welcome to the chat. This is probably because this is the first time I've promoted a Kerbal stream in Bruno's Discord. I don't usually like doing that while he's streaming, but he's not streaming anymore today, so went ahead. All right. And Novathorn is now following. Thank you very much for the follow. Enjoy your fanfare. Sets a neutral. The joke here, though, is that we're going to Lisbon's Shipwreck second. Theopont's Derelict is first. Alright. And we're slowly getting to orbit. Again, this is an efficient engine, but that means it's a low power one. Elric says, are you sure it's not Supreme Doom's Shipwreck? I really need to get a Kerbal renamer mod installed so that I can rename some of these Kerbals. That way I really can fire Setson into deep space. Bruno's not the only one who gets to fire Setson. Well, I guess I don't employ Setson, so maybe he is. Alright, we're almost to orbit. I'm pitching a little bit up. A lot more up. Yeah, I need to pitch just way up because we're getting really low. Yeah, this is not normal. There we go. Now we have a good orbit. But now I have also lost complete control over the craft because I don't have anything to control my orientation with the engines off. So Jesse says, I'll fire him into space. Do any of you guys play Kerbal Space Program or any other space games? I've got pretty much a Minecraft audience here, which is great. Let's see. So we've got a pretty good intersect going. Let's put a maneuver. What is our relative inclination? It is 1.4 degrees. That is not bad, but our ascending node is next. No Man's Sky and Elite Dangerous, says Jesse. I played Elite Dangerous one time at a friend's house. It looks like a ton of fun. I have Star Citizen. Bought into that in very early alpha. Yeah, looking into Star Citizen. I have it installed, but I haven't played it yet. At some point, I really, really want to. And Raider says I play Ace Combat 7. Not space-related, but a killer game. Yeah, I've never played any of the Ace Combat series. Is that done by the same guy that did is doing Star Citizen? I can't remember. Let's pin the descending node so we can see how this maneuver will affect it. And we've got anti-normal. We'll fix this because it's the ascending node, so we go anti-normal. Descending node, we go normal. K. Bowser says, I must head off. Start my day. Enjoy. Good luck with your day, Bowser. I'm glad you had a good breakfast. And, yeah, get things done around your new house. And Raider says, Ace Combat is Bandai Namco. Okay. Nova says, I'm going to go shower. We'll be lurking, though. Thank you. Enjoy your lurk, Nova. Thanks you for joining. Thanks you. Yes, thanks you. Alright, so now let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this maneuver here, and then Namco. Okay. Damn keyboard, says Raider. Alright, let's get there, and yeah, we are spinning like mad. Node in 5 minutes. You're welcome, says Nova. Awesome. Yeah, we're going to correct our inclination, so we're in the same plane as what was it? Theopont Kerman. And then we will adjust so that we get a good intercept. 2 minutes out. There we go. We're 30 seconds out. Let's, here's the problem. I need to start my engines to point my ship. So, let's get closer. 20 seconds. 10 seconds out should do it. There we go. And start the engines and point the ship. Because the only thing I have to adjust my orientation is my engine gimbaling. My inexperience with these Soviet-based pods is showing. Alright. Now we're pointing anti-normal. Let's finish this burn. Throttle up just a bit. right, and there we go. Now we are in the same plane. Our relative inclination is 0.06 degrees. That is definitely close enough. So let's add a maneuver just a minute out or so, and pin target separation at our intercept. And if I add an orbit, okay, one orbit should do it. Separation 46 kilometers. So now we'll prograde or retrograde. Make it better. Okay, prograde. I'm pushing on the retrograde handle rather than pulling on it, which gives me fine control over a prograde burn. And if I just go prograde, I can get as close as 5.5 kilometers. So let's try radial out. And that helps a little bit. But not enough. There we go. Maybe radial in and less prograde. I could learn the math behind this, but trial and error on the maneuver nodes seems to be working pretty well for me. And that is only a 10.5 meter per second burn. That's tiny. And it's coming up in 34 seconds, or 34 minutes, rather. So let's warp to that. And that will give us a 3.2 kilometer intercept, which is pretty darn good. 30 minutes out. 20 minutes out. 10. All right, we are 1.5 minutes out. Let's get closer to it, maybe about 30 seconds. And all right, very low throttle. Actually, we're very close to the maneuver node pointer, so I'm going to get a little bit closer because I don't have to do very much orientation correction for this. All right, that will do. Let's point towards it. And it moves to adjust relative to my current position, so that is very helpful. And I'm chasing it, okay, close enough. Close enough. Okay, so our separation will be 4 kilometers. All right, so if I go ahead and get really close, so we're up above Theopont's derelict, which means we are in an orbit that will take longer orbital periods, so he will catch up to us. So let's watch it happen. And here's our distance. It is coming down. And now he is directly below us. And we're getting very close. All right, yeah, so we are very close now. We are less than 8 kilometers apart. Our relative frame of reference is target. So let's... Oh, this is rough not having any orientation control without thrusters on. Okay, so let's slow down relative to him. We're going 53 meters per second. And so if I go whatever side of the retrograde marker I'm on, it will push away from where I'm pointing. And so let's point that towards, this is the retrograde marker for the target. So let's point that towards the target, or push it towards the target rather. All right, that's pretty good. And separation at approach is now 2.8 kilometers. And our relative speed will be 55 meters per second, which is too fast, but we have time to slow down. So let's get closer. All right, we are now about 3 kilometers apart. Let's adjust this again. Let's push our retrograde marker towards the retrograde target marker. And we should watch the separation at approach go down. There we go. The relative speed at approach is going crazy. 2.2, that's not bad. need to push it more though, so I'm going to go farther out so I have more leverage. And watch the separation at approach, 1.8, 1.7, 1.6, 1.5, 1.4. There's 1 kilometer. 500 meters. Let's get real close. $200 meters. That's real good. Okay. Our relative speed will be 42 meters per second, so as I get close, I'm definitely going to need to slow down. So let's get a little bit closer. Let's take a look. I think he's right in front of us. There he is. Theopont's Derelict. Let's go ahead and pin that. There we go. And we're at sunrise. That's a good view. Okay, and we're getting really close now. 500 meters. Okay, let's point away. We don't want to be going that fast. We want to kill our relative velocity and park the ship. There we go. 6.8 meters per second. That's pretty slow. Still faster than I'd like. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 0.3 meters per second. That is pretty good. So, Theopont, you're going to have to do a little bit of maneuvering with your jetpack. And what are you doing in an airplane cockpit? All right. Druge says, "Heyo, Dan. Welcome, Druge. Thank you for joining the stream." Let's see. Let's change the classification of this to debris. And Theopont, let's get you out of there. We are doing some rescue missions of stranded Kerbals. All right, let's let go and turn on your jetpack and your suit lights. There we go. And let's get away from that. There's our rescue craft over there. And let's jetpack towards it. Now, hopefully, again, I'm unexperienced with these Soviet-based pods, so hopefully I can board the vessel. I think I can. I mean, I was able to do an EVA from the other one, so chances are good. All right, let's slow down. Let's slow down. All right. The controls for EVA are a little bit tricky. Oh, grab. All right, perfect. Now, oh good, I can board. Let's get right in range of the hatch. Come on. There we go, and board. Theopont has been rescued. Okay, so our notifications now are telling us Theopont Kerman was added to the roster, the crew, and we rescued Theopont from orbit of Kerbin. It says we rescued, but he hasn't come home yet. Shipwreck says first. Okay. Shipwreck. You missed the joke. So we're doing some rescue missions. We accepted some contracts. Some other space agencies lost some Kerbals in space, and we're rescuing them. So one is Theopont's Derelict, and the other is, where is it? Lisman's Shipwreck. And we went for Theopont's Derelict first. This game isn't even realistic. Look, the Earth is curved. That's not Earth. Earth is still flat. It's only Kerbin that's a sphere. Because, you know, fiction. But yeah, so the Shipwreck is being rescued second. Alright, let's go ahead and go back to target selection, and let's choose Lisman's Shipwreck this time. Alright, and Theopont is a pilot. Fantastic. Okay, so I have a new pilot, since my other ones have been exiled. Wow, I see how it is. Lol, says Shipwreck. Alright, let's actually, let's look inside the craft. Nice. Technically, I could fly it from in here, but the controls are very minimal. a future playthrough, I'd really like to do some all in the cockpit missions using some mods that give you some IVAs, some inter-vehicle views that are very useful. Alright, so we've got Lisbon's shipwreck targeted. And here is our intersect. Let's pin that. Okay. Alright, good. We're already in the right plane. Our relative inclination is 0.07 degrees. And so we don't need to change plane. That's good. Let's go ahead and add a maneuver. Let's add it just a little bit farther out to give me more time. 2 minutes out is good. Alright, so if I add some orbits to this, we get farther away. That's going to be a lot of orbits before I get closer. Okay, so let's go ahead and... so we need to catch up to that, but we don't have any room to get into a lower orbit without falling back into the atmosphere. Where's the Enderman? Probably, I would guess, on one of the moons. Maybe on Minmus, maybe on Ike. I didn't see any on Minmus, but I'll keep a lookout because I'm sure they're here somewhere. So let's go ahead and increase our orbit. Oh, right, I need to turn on my engines to get any attitude control. Not optimal there. And coincidentally, I'm improving my relative inclination by doing this, so that works out. Alright, so we just need to increase our orbital period so that it takes a lot fewer orbits for his ship to catch up. Or her? I'm not sure. I didn't pay attention to what gender this Kerbal was. So I'm just hoping for another pilot. Alright, our orbital period is increasing. Let's go ahead and increase thrust. Add a few minutes to that. Our inclination is getting worse, though. That's not a good thing. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, so now... do I still have a maneuver? I do not. Okay, so... Descending node now is 0.1. That is alright. So Raider says, each time you say closer, I immediately think about a song that I'm learning so I can hopefully... closer under chart. What does FC stand for? Full combo or something? This, you're talking about your clone hero, right? And I can't remember what the term is there. Full combo. Okay, good. I did remember it right. I was not confident that I had remembered it right. Okay, so let's... our intersect is going to be 400 kilometers. Okay. Alright, so in one orbit... we should be doing this at our apoapsis. Okay, there we go. So if I go, I think probably prograde. Nope, I was wrong. Retrograde. And I'm going to need to go radial in. Ooh, this is going to be a dangerous maneuver. Okay, so I have 1 kilometer per second of delta V to play with, and this is a 137 meter per second burn, so I will definitely have more than enough to counter it, because this maneuver is going to make me dip into the atmosphere. So as soon as I do it, I'm going to have to cancel, or as soon as I get into this intercept, I'm really going to have to quickly match speed with this craft, otherwise I will fall into the atmosphere, and that is not ideal until after we've done the rescue. So this maneuver is 50 minutes out, and I think we have just enough time in the stream to complete this mission. Let's go ahead and time warp there. Alright, because it's one more orbit out. Okay, so 15 minutes. Don't want to time warp past it. It's very important that I hit this at the right time. 10 minutes. All right, we're about 1 minute out, and yeah, not having any stability assist, not having a reaction wheel or thrusters for attitude control is really hurting me. So let's go ahead and get maybe 30 seconds out and then start the engines. Yeah, right now, because we're very close to the maneuver in orientation. There we go. Alright, and I think it's telling me now the burn time at my current thrust. Okay, good. That is handy. Okay, let's throttle up a little bit. Excellent. Alright, so now I'll just very carefully point at the maneuver marker on my nav ball. And I'm concentrating very hard here. Alright, there we go. Slight overburn, but we're alright. So we have a separation of 7.3 kilometers. That is pretty good. So I'm going to have to get close, and yeah, my periapsis is 60 kilometers, so that dips into the atmosphere by about 10 kilometers. It's the thin part of the atmosphere, so it's not awful, but you can see how it's going to predict that my trajectory, I'm going to spend that much time experiencing drag, and it's going to bring my trajectory down, and I do not want that. So let's, there is Lisman's shipwreck right there. Let's let it catch up to us. And I do not want to do this rendezvous in the atmosphere. Okay, we're getting close. We're about 1.5 minutes out. And our relative speed is going to be high. Hey, Anna! Raiding with a party of 4. Hey, thank you very much. Maurice, welcome. Alright, I'm going to pause this for a moment because we're at a critical point in the mission here. So, oh, Setson, you're in here with the Anna raid too. So is this a second Setson? Do we have Setson here twice? Srb welcome. Thanks, everyone. So we are on the second of 2 in this double rescue mission after having done a previous successful rescue mission. So a different space agency has lost Kerbals in space, and I have launched a ship to intercept them and rescue them. And so I have made a maneuver, so I'm going to come into a very close intercept with the stranded ship. And then we're going to match speed and let the stranded crew member, if he can get out of his ship, come and board our ship. And it says, I only bring the best people in. Lol, yes indeed, the best people for sure. Let's see, there we go. Had chat paused to scroll, now it's live again. Perfect. All right, yeah, welcome. Thank you very much. So let's... okay, so we have our frame of reference is relative to the target. Perfect. Let's go ahead. I don't have any attitude control beyond my main thruster, so I need to turn on my thrusters to change the attitude of my ship. So let's go ahead and point my retrograde marker towards the retrograde target marker. Drew says, Miss Anna, more rice, Setson, Barris, heyo. All right. And yeah, we are improving our intersect. Okay. Fantastic. I'm just going to let that keep going down. Okay, 300 meters. That is really good. Novathorn says, I'm back. Welcome back. Hope you had a good lurk. You're just in time to hopefully see a successful... And this is not an accurate calculation. We're on Rails here, and it's calculating it differently. Once I'm out of time warp, it'll be better. I forgot to ask earlier, but how is everyone? Asks Nova. And okay, so we're 30 seconds away. Our relative speed will be 272 meters per second. That is not optimal. Let's start the thrusters. We need to bleed off some speed quickly. And I'm going to catch up with chat in a minute here. I need to think hard on this maneuver. Okay. Bleeding off speed. Excellent. Okay. Alright, we got about 70 meters per second is... Okay, now 27. Okay, perfect. That's a lot better. Alright, so... Drew says, are you mining and crafting on that beautiful new phone or only on console? Is asking Anna. Alright, yeah, the Bedrock player. So Bruno's got a server, and there's a plugin that lets Bedrock and Java players both play, which is fantastic. Alright, let's go back to this view. We need to get closer, actually. Actually, I need to get to the retrograde marker. Alright, and I need to burn this way. Yeah, because we are passing. Yeah, this was a very fast encounter. Not ideal. Okay, so now it should flip around so our prograde marker is pointing towards the target. Perfect. And now we're approaching at 8.5 meters per second. Raider says, Waterfall. Are you asking about the mods that I'm using, Raider? And Anna says, Druge, maybe, but I'll probably only do that on the Xbox. I love for the size and storage, I get more data, just generally better. I have a hard time playing on the phone. Mostly I keep the Pocket Edition on my iPad to entertain my nephew when he's visiting. Okay, so we should get closer. Yeah, this is a more challenging rescue, this one here. Alright, now we're going almost 10 meters per second, and we're within a kilometer. You can see all the junk patterns on the cities there. Oh, server software allowing Bedrock players. Waterfall. I think it's Floodgate is one of the things, but it's Geyser is the name of the full plugin. All right. All right. Let's start up the engines and point retrograde, and let's kill our velocity. We are close enough. Alright, 1 meter per second, but we're doing well enough. Oh yes, guys, I totally forgot about the name. Thanks. Yeah, and Shipwreck, if he's still here, is the one who's handling all the technical side, which is good because I am not terribly experienced and haven't used plugins in a long time. Okay, so, oh yeah, she is a pilot. Fantastic. Alright, Lindsay. EVA. Oh wait, let's... Oh! I'll have to go back later and reclassify that as debris. It's spinning, and so she got flung from it immediately, which is hilarious. All right, where is the rescue craft? Let's see. Let's go to map view and look. Okay, so it is... Yep, it is radial out. So if I look this way... There it is. Okay, spotted it. All right, let's turn on her RCS, her jetpack, and stabilize, and let's go towards that craft. Druge says, I couldn't play on a phone myself, but I know peeps who do. I want big screens to play Minecraft on. Yeah, the iPad is not bad. It's the controls are really the issue, and it's really rough playing without a keyboard, really. Oh, hey, there goes one of my timers. Yeah, I've been adding the fancy bells and whistles very slowly to the stream. In fact, check this out. Oh, wait, and it already did the YouTube, so I don't have to do it myself. Thank you, Streamlabs. Okay. Oh, but I can do this. If you came in with the raid... I don't have a command for it, but I can use Bruno's viral meme, get real, refresh, and be counted as a real viewer, which I think all of you already did because 18 viewers. That's a new record for me. Druge says, since Shipwreck is not here, let me say yesterday I slept on the SMP and Ship Sleep Message called me ugly. Can you actually believe that? Oh, hey there, Shipwreck. Hi, how are you? Didn't see you there. I should add an actual command for the get real. Nova says, I tried playing Minecraft on an iPad once. Okay, I need to slow down. A very long time ago, I don't remember much, but the controls were so alien to me that it was difficult to enjoy, so I stuck to consoles and PCs. Raider says we hit 20 after the raid. Nice. Yeah, that's a new record. Alright, I've got the sun's glare in the way. How close are we? Let's just go ahead and full throttle this. I've got the fuel for it. Alright, we're coming up on it. Let's slow down. Oh, let's turn on the lights. There we go. That will help. There we go. Oh, he almost hit his head. Or she almost hit her head. Yeah, it is hard to judge relative speed by eyeball in space. Alright, after I do this, I'm going to catch up with the chat. This is tricky. Oh, going the wrong way there. Can I can't set that as a target, dang it. Let's zoom in. Alright, we're coming up on it. It's rotating a bit, which is going to make this a little bit trickier. Whoop, down, down. And can I grab it? Can you not grab that? Ah, come on. Okay, I need it to come over here, I think. Alright, yeah, the floodlight helps a ton. Grab. Okay, perfect. And board. Alright, we've got this. Alright, let's see. Gasp, Druge, said Setson. That mod is bullying. We will report, don't worry. Anna says, yeah, I saw 20. Druge says, it said, Druge is getting some much-needed beauty sleep, implying that I need beauty sleep for real. How do you know you don't? Hey, Dan, what did you say about Setson and Bears bullying me, says Anna? I'd say I trust them. They probably have good cause. Also, Dan, send me this mod download later. I know you have fancy mods, but I had never noticed the night sky. Uh-oh, Windows is getting in the way. I don't care about the weather, Windows. There we go. I don't care. Windows, go away. So amazing since you're in the nether all the time. Yeah, that's a shader. So yeah, I'll send you about that. I use the complementary shaders, and they work with both Iris and Optifine. Alright, let's go back to orbital reference, and let's deorbit this thing and not go too far over on the stream. Let's back to target selection, so we clear the target. Alright. And we're already dipping into Kerbin's atmosphere. So let's go ahead and ditch this stage. And let's let aerodynamics take over here, because that's our only control over attitude at this point. They're gonna get dizzy. Look at them go. They're having a good time though. They're happy. Iris for the win, says Raider. Yeah, I'm waiting for a few more features. In particular, it's a lot easier to configure the shaders with Iris. And even though Replay Mod says that it can render with Iris, it tells me I have the wrong version of Sodium installed. So waiting for that as well. So for now, I'm still using Optifine, but I am very much looking forward to not having to use Optifine anymore for anything. Setson says, Anna, you have no powers here. Mwahahaha. Neither do you, says Anna. She's got a point. I fired you, even though I don't even employ you the way Bruno does. Okay. Looks like we are stable enough. As we get into the superior part of the atmosphere, we will stop wobbling. But we are wobbling with the heat shield forward, which is what we want. You didn't fire me, you lost me in space. Not yet. I need to rename a Kerbal after you, Setson. Raider says you need the custom version of Sodium, which is available on the Replay Mod website. So can I do that without Iris? Because Iris has it bundled, and I haven't done any experiments yet in trying to remove that. So I'm going to have to try that later, because I really do like Iris. Mostly because I don't have to use Optifine. And I like using the WI zoom mod because I can use the scroll wheel, and combining that with the spyglass is so much fun. Alright, here we are, we're coming down, and as expected we are stabilizing. Alright, we got reentry effects. Let's slow the game down to real time. Alright, this is looking promising. Raider says the sodium version we provide requires Iris. Oh, okay, so most people are using Iris with sodium anyway. Yeah, I think Iris requires sodium. Anna says, I will head off now. Got a couple things to do. Catch you on the next stream. Alright, yeah, on Saturday evening I'll be streaming Minecraft. If I can convince my stepdaughter, we'll be hunting Pigstep together. That'll be a lot of fun. Thank you for joining. You caught the tail end of it. I'm supposed to be ending 7 minutes ago anyway. Drew says, see you around, Miss Anna. Have a great one. Indeed, have a great one. Thank you for bringing the raid. Zetson says, see ya, Anna. Alright. Yeah, this is looking quite promising. Okay, our contract is complete. Lisman Kerman was added to the crew. Let's clear our notifications. There we go. And, yep, we have plenty of ablaters, so we should be going well. Anna says, ooh, pigging of the steppers. Nice. Yep, I still don't have it on my own server, so we tried before to go hunting for it, and it ended in disaster, so we're going to be more prepared this time. Raider says, Iris does not require sodium, but it is recommended for performance. Ah, good to know, so I'll have to see if I can get it without the sodium bundled. Yeah, I'll probably try that later this week. First I have to see if I can finish building my base on the Half-Hearted Challenge server before the challenge ends on Sunday. Okay. Things are heating up for sure. Let's get our aerodynamics up again. Our drag is up to 7.5 kilonewtons. We're in 2.5 atmospheres of pressure. And coming down stable. So yeah, they have this, it's a sphere, but since all the heavy stuff is here under the astronaut's feet, we're aerodynamically stable. Plus adding this adds a little bit more weight to the bottom, which keeps this in front of the center of pressure. Raider says you'll have to ask someone from Iris to get a version without sodium. Not sure building from source will make a jar without sodium. Yeah, I don't know how to build from the source either. That's another thing that's on my list of things to learn how to do. We got 21 kilonewtons of drag and 6.5 atmospheres of pressure, 7. Almost up to a full gravity of force. Let's see. You know, there's really nothing that I can do at this point. It's completely out of my hands. I have literally no control over this vessel at this point, other than to deploy the parachute, which, if I did it right now, it would simply be ripped right off of the craft. Not ideal. All right, we've got 2 Gs of force. But yeah, I'm in their Discord, the Iris Discord, so I'm sure someone's already asked. There's probably even a pinned message there with it. Or I can even just search for it. I did find a cool tool that someone had made that lets me take my configuration settings that were made with Optifine and convert it to GLSL, I think is the file type. And so I was able to keep my settings because I prefer to keep the square sun and moon from vanilla Minecraft. For some reason, even putting realistic lighting in, it still does not feel like it quite fits to have a realistic sun and moon, so I like to have the vanilla sun and moon. It's more comfortable for me anyway. Excuse me. Alright, we're at 10 kilometers. So get down to about 3, I'll deploy the parachute. Oh, I heard a stage crash. All right, here we come down to 3 kilometers. Let's deploy that. No! No! Why did that happen? That should not have happened. We were only going 163 meters per second. It's designed for that. Oh no. Well, goodbye goodbye Bill, goodbye Lindsay, and goodbye Theopont. I could revert because that's definitely a bug, but you know what? That's the last time I trust those Soviet-based capsules, dang it. That is entirely designed. Let's see, let's look at the F3 menu. Maybe it crashed into that. Collided into the heat shield. Okay, yep. User error. So the built-in heat shield crashed into it. Caused a rapid unscheduled disassembly. Alright guys, I should add a sound I can do for this, but I'll just have to do it. There we go. Well, you guys were all here. You guys were all here for the first loss of Kerbals for real. Including 2 pilots. Those were what I wanted to get back, and now I need an engineer too. Well, we're ending in tragedy. Time to look for someone to raid. Yeah, okay, so that definitely was not a bug, so I am not going to definitely feel good about not reverting that. So let's go to Twitch over here and see who is playing Kerbal Space Program. And let's see. Oh, hey, I am top of the list right now with 13 viewers. That is very cool. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Yeah, thanks for the support, everyone. That is fantastic. And let's see. Okay, that one's in Portuguese and German, Portuguese, English. Okay. A coffee-laden kiwi blows up Kerbals day 9. Okay, so Umaran looks like probably a New Zealander. Let's go ahead, and I do not know this person, but let's go ahead and raid. And let's see. M-A-A-R-N. All right, so let's see how this goes. Yep, no disclaimer. I don't know them. No guarantee what they're doing. All right, so let's see. Lucky number 13 says, Jesse, Druge, this was an interesting game. Looks difficult, but fun. It sure is. Raid message. I don't really have one. Dan Bear Raid. See ya, Dan, says Druge. See you again soon. Thank you, everyone. Let's see. Actually, since we've got Minecrafters, let's raid to Oscar. He's on. Let's raid him. Do you guys feel better about that, raiding a Minecrafter, since this is an entirely Minecraft audience? Normally, I'd rather raid another Kerbal. Let's we're crashing. Yeah, let's raid another Kerbal player. Aaron. All right, let's go. Thanks again, and I'm raiding now. Start raid. And we're there in 5 seconds. Here we go. Bye, everyone.